How's everyone doing? Let me check the audio here. Everything good. Everything good. Okay, just give me a second while I check something here. Oh, let's mute that, otherwise it's going to just keep going over and over again. I want to try a little bit of a higher bit rate on the stream here, being this is just a random stream. Let's try 12 meg and see what that does. Okay. So this V'ger probes kit module from the latest event, the feast event. People have not really been having much success with this thing, and I'm going to go through and just mess around with it here in some just test environments. So my suspicion is that this thing is not actually bugged, more that it's just poorly designed. So basically, what's happening, what everyone's been experiencing is as soon as they call this thing in, it'll do damage while the primary target's alive. In some cases, it'll actually move around while the primary target is alive. And I think it does work. I think it's just that they've poorly designed it. Because I think, based on what we've seen so far, it appears to be that it's just despawning as soon as that primary target dies. So that's why it's not performing like Ball Lightning. Ball Lightning sticks around even after the primary target has been killed, and I just don't think they did the same thing here, which is why I think it has thus far been performing so poorly for people. So I'm gonna pop in NTTE on my own here, and I'm gonna go in and see what this thing does against the boss in NTTE. Yeah, it has to have a target that lives long enough, and I imagine that in their testing environment, they're either testing it against static infinite HP targets, or the builds they're using to try it out are as poorly geared as their space builds are. Because as we have seen time and time again, when it comes to building, a ship out in space, they don't do a good job with it. From what we are exposed to on streams and things like that. Okay. So I'm going to invite my character in that has this. And I'm going to start up NTTE. I do not currently have it on, so I'm going to drop Agony Field Generator to put the V'ger probes on. And if I take this back off and we just compare tooltip to tooltip here, if I do a comparison here, not letting me see the comparison side by side. Okay. I'm gonna take a picture of this thing. 3 seconds. So the tooltip damage on it is the tooltip damage shows that it should be, doing as much damage basically as the ball lightning is, if not more. But we're not seeing that, when we actually use it so far. Josh, how you doing? Plenty of us would sign in. Yeah. Well, they've got the triple test server. It's just that they don't like using it anymore, and part of that is because even when people did test stuff over there and told them about things ahead of time, they just didn't do anything about it. So it just became a wasted effort on our part and their part, because we would test stuff and they just wouldn't respond to it. So I've got a secondary account up that invited 3 of my other characters and then my main character to the lobby. So this is the ghosting stuff that I talked about a while back. So I'm going to queue up for NTTE on my own, and basically I'm gonna run up to the boss and I'm just gonna hit the V'ger probes kit module on it, just to see what type of damage it does. Let me start the combat log up while I'm right here also. While we wait for the map to load. It's going to be a slow load, isn't it? There it goes. Sometimes the server can just be extremely slow. Okay. I'm going to kick out those other characters of mine, so give me just a second here. Otherwise, they're just going to keep flashing on the side of the screen there, and I really don't want to deal with that right now. I'll keep that other account in here just in case I need to kick my main. Oh, it is lagging quite a bit. Let me lower the render scale here. Let's go to 0.5. I think that's better. Yeah, for some reason when I'm streaming, I have to turn the render scale down quite a bit. Okay, so V'ger probes did not even go on my tray, or no, there it is. Like, you look at the tooltip of it, and it looks like it should be doing pretty damn good compared to ball lightning, but then you actually use this thing, and it's not doing great. So I'm gonna buff up a little bit here. You see, if it has a target that's moving around, it does quite a bit. Like, it stays out. And it gets moving and hitting the target. One of them is just like falling off the ledge though and can't get back up or something, but you know that it lasted like the full duration. It is actually working. It's just it looks like as soon as you have a target, as soon as the main target dies, it just sucks. And I can't go back into Nukara now because of that, but like that right there pretty much says it all. Like, because if I go, you know, if we do like Kabali, if I go over to Kabali and I hit this, the target that I marked this on is going to die like right away, and that's going to be it. It's just going to disappear, I think, is what I'm expecting to see. I'm going to close that second account. There we go. And I should be able to increase the render scale again here. So let me see if I can take this back up to 7. Mike, no. Once you get up to tier 6 in a reputation, that's it. Or you at tier 6, there is a new set of items that you can unlock, and you can, if you want to see what the new stuff would be, I think it's you just hit the status thing at the top of the reputation window. So you click on the picture at the very top for each reputation, and you can click on tier 6 to see what it unlocks for you. So it unlocks upgraded versions of all the traits. And it does give some different, like, unique items, including the ability to get some fleet ship modules. So, it's not a ton of new items, but it is a few nice items there. Okay. I'm going to hit this on this Vodwar. Let me set my bridge officers so they stay back and don't kill the damn thing. There we go. You go back there. I'm going to use this now. It's going to kill the target and immediately disappear. Yeah. So it's like what I said, it's not bugged, it's just poorly designed. Like, if I hit ball lightning, if I run up to a target and I hit ball lightning, it'll just go around and chase targets and it'll persist. Ball lightning doesn't require you to have a target selected. So ball lightning is significantly better just because they've designed it better. So this is, you know, it didn't take very long in this stream to get to this conclusion, but the basic summary of this is it's just poorly designed on their part. So again, I'll walk up to a group of enemies here. It'll kill them. It's not even chasing the other ones. As soon as it killed the primary target, it was done. Whereas I hit ball lightning, this thing stays the entire 20 seconds and it just goes around and kills everything. So that pretty much took 5 minutes of testing to show that, you know, it's just poorly designed. EMP stuff is rare in this game. I had high hopes for this kit. Yeah, and hopefully, you know, hopefully there's enough backlash that somebody, you know, internally over there goes through and changes this so that it persists after the primary target dies. But it just, the fact that they released it in this state just says a lot right there. You see, as soon as that primary target's dead, like, that's it. David, morning, Spencer. I have a ROM alien tune that have nearly leveled. Can I buy bridge officer that have SRO on a Psy and Inchboff? Yeah, so if you have a ROM alien, you can go right to the exchange and pick up some SROs via the player exchange, and they'll be drastically cheaper. Like, I would say at most you're looking at a couple 100,000 EC per bridge officer. Just look up Romulan, and it's a bit of a pain, but you just have to hover over each of them until you find ones that have SRO. Yeah, that's one of the benefits of being a Romulan character, is you get very cheap SROs compared to everyone else. Okay, I'm gonna do same thing here. You know, I'm gonna hit this on the primary target, it kills it. It doesn't bother to move at all. So that's pretty much case solved in a matter of like 5 minutes. I didn't expect the testing to go that fast. Okay, let me head over to an exchange, David. And I could be wrong, you know, that could be a bug, but you know, if you compare it to ball lightning doesn't require a primary target, whereas V'ger probes does. So as soon as that primary target dies, it's done for. Okay, so with the Romulan SROs, you can sometimes find them real cheap. Like, sometimes I have seen these things, I've seen people post them for under 1,000 EC. It's rare, but it's also a massive pain to go through. Here's one for 450 EC, Romulan Science. 450 EC right there. Yeah, you just have to like hover over it and then just scroll down on the page, and there's another at 500. So yeah, there's SROs for Romulans for like 400, 500 EC. The the balls are from the Rise of Event store, yeah. Let me double check. I'm pretty sure they are. Yeah, you need the Lola nuts to get the ball lightning. So let me pop open my event store here. Summer event. Just type in the filter here. Yeah, ball lightning is 1,000 Lola nut favors. Mike, you got free bridge officer training tokens, but they won't work on any of my characters. The bridge officer training tokens on PC, the interface is you just whichever bridge officer you're trying to go through and upgrade, you would go to the status window for the bridge officer, and then there'd be a button here right below the picture of your bridge officer, and then you could use that to upgrade it. If you're on console, I do not know how the interface is. I would say to post on Reddit or Discord in that case. Steven, you haven't missed much. Basically, got most of the testing done there. All the testing really needed in the first 5 to 10 minutes of this stream. Ball lightning isn't bugged, it's just poorly designed, is what it really looks like, because they have it set, or not ball lightning, the V'ger probes. V'ger probes is poorly designed, not broken. As soon as the target you use it on it dies, then it just disappears. So it's not like ball lightning. Everyone knows you need nuts to get balls. Terrible. But yeah, if you're looking for a good kit module, it's a bit expensive if you don't have any of the currency from the summer event, but Ball Lightning is definitely a much better kit module than the V'ger probes. And yeah, the Rise of stuff has lots of different kit modules and frames and all that. Yeah, I think 1,000 favors is going to cost you probably like 15, 20 million EC. Yeah, Steven. So it's a definitely with V'ger probes, it is just the way that they went about implementing it that just seems to be bad. It could very much just be a bug that it's not persisting, but you know, if you compare this to like Ball Lightning doesn't even need a primary target. Like, if I go back out and I just drop Ball Lightning in an area, it'll go. I don't have to target anything. Is lava good? I don't know, but I do know, I think a lot of like engineer players are using that, right? I don't remember. Yeah. So it could very well be a bug, but at the same time with them, with it being where it requires a target, we really won't know until they say something. Like, the damage from it's good. The damage from that is really good, but you know, it just goes away, whereas Ball Lightning, I don't even have to target stuff, that just goes. Yeah. Yeah, I wanted to go through and test it, and I didn't know how long it would take to go through and thoroughly test it. But I went in and did an NTT at the start and used it up against the main boss, and it persisted the entire 20 seconds with the main boss. So, yeah, it's either a bug or the way they coded it just wasn't great. Yeah. Also, I'm sad there was no 10 forward tonight, because tonight would have been the reveal of the winter ship, I believe. Like, they would have done the official stats reveal of it. Yeah, so what I did is I went into a solo NTTE, and I used it against the boss at the start with no other abilities, so it stayed up for the entire duration. How do you beam to that planet? If you have, I think it's, do you have to do a Delta mission to unlock Kabali? It's one of the Delta missions, the Kabali front, that I think you might have to pick up in order to get to Kabali. Rick, how you doing? Nice. Very nice, Eric. No gambling today? No. Oh, Rick, go get some sleep, man. There's not going to be anything big happening on this stream. I wasn't sure how long it would take to go through and test the V'ger probes, and I didn't expect it to literally take, like, activating it just 2 or 3 times. See you around. Yeah, this is a case too where if, like, you would think this is something QA would catch, but it's not how it always works in this game. Yeah, no gambling. Like, I don't have any keys. I already gambled. Yeah, it's either it is not working correctly in that it despawns as soon as the primary target dies, or they have designed it poorly by having it despawn as soon as the primary target dies. It's just a matter of finding out whether or not that is intended or not. And unfortunately, there's no response from Cryptic yet on that regard. Let's see. How far away can I activate this? Pretty. There's one misfire. Or did I go right out of range as I was middle of activating it? I don't know. About 25 meters away, I can activate it. The Inquiry Battlecruiser is a really good ship. If you're looking for a solid ship, it's definitely a solid option. Oh. I think it just misfired because I rolled back and, like, got right out of the activation range that time. Yeah, but the Inquiry's really fun. If you were ever a fan of the Avenger class, the Arbiter, the Inquiry is basically the top version of that ship that we're probably ever going to get. So I don't see how they could even beat that if they ever did, like, a legendary version of the Avenger. Like, the seating on it, it's very similar to the Vodwar Juggernaut. It's not as good, of course. The Vodwar Juggernaut just is an amazing ship, but I would say the Inquiry is a ship that gets you, like, 90% of the way there. That's certainly possible, Kromnik. Definitely possible. Let's go back to New Romulus. I failed the mission, apparently. Yep, Jubs, you have a good evening also. I don't know how long I'm gonna do the stream here for. There's not really much else testing wise to do with this thing now, is there? Yeah, hopefully they do something about it. Okay. Where do you get those guns? So these are the dual disruptor sniper rifles, and I believe they are a Klingon exclusive or Klingon aligned exclusive. So they're at the Klingon fleet starbase. Try Operation Wolf. Okay. Let's do an Op Wolf. I'll join the public queue. If you guys want in, just join the public queue for Operation Wolf, and I'll join it now. Fluffy, how you doing? Morning. Yeah. Yeah, pleb. Unfortunately, Fed exclusive on these things. They're really fun to use, and they work very well. It also looks quite interesting when you're using them. I did hit accept. Did it go? Okay. And I imagine most of you have also seen, but you know, there's that giveaway going on the Builds Discord. We have had quite a few people join now with my announcement earlier, and me posting it on Reddit again. So lots of people have now entered. It's going well.
Everyone's here?
Yes, the likes are very much appreciated. This is like the best event reward we've had in a while is this cat because of how fast you can run with it. It's quite interesting.
Operations is locked down. Use the exocomps to get the doors open. Get to the consoles down in the security hub. Deploy exocomps to the consoles. Once all three are set, they'll start cracking the security system. This system won't even know what hit it.
I'm supposed to use the new kit module. Oh, no, there we go.
Oh boy, this is going to be great. I'll cut through the security like a hot knife.
Pleb, how's it going? I see you there in local. Yeah, it's completely worthless in Operation Wolf because of how fast things die. Like, DPS-wise, using it versus something like Agony Field is just brutal. Like, if I put Agony back on, like, Agony is just such a better kit module in this current state. Can't even use Obelisk? Yeah. The issue with Op Wolf is that it's such a low difficulty. I should keep this kit module on this. Let me put it back on. So I can continue to be disappointed about it. Yeah, let's see how it does against the final boss, maybe. Yeah, the cat is still available until February? Yeah. Dude, engineers on ground are just crazy good. Like, when I was running my engineer in this, like, the deeps on that was just nuts. You just replace mines constantly in the elevators, and it is brutal. It's in the description here, Mike. It'll be the builds Discord. So if you pop open the description below the video, it should give you a link to it. It's discord.gg/STO builds. Right, let me drop the link in here. Give me a second. Yeah, so there's just under 24 hours left on that giveaway, so if you want to get in on any of the PC or Xbox giveaways, you got very limited time to do so.
All exocomps are operational.
Yeah.
They're continuing to hack.
It would be awesome if it worked. But as is, you know, using that versus like ball lightning, like ball lightning is just so damn powerful.
That's it. Security system bypass complete.
Security team, report to operation. Not let anyone inside.
That door control should allow you to open the blast door now.
Yeah, that rule, every Discord needs it. You get some very interesting people in Discords.
Exocomps at the database before the Terrans delete all the files.
Look, see, he's alive, so they're moving.
Face me yourself, coward.
So they're working because he's alive. And then as soon as he goes, like they're gone, right? Or no, they're still chasing him down because he's still alive.
Here we go again.
Like they're awesome when they, you know, when there's a target that lives that long.
Okay, here we go. Keep those exocomps intact so we can get what we came here for.
Rise. Not today, cretins.
Yeah, I have to assume it's a bug.
To ops. Delete the database before they steal it from us. Shoot to kill, you idiots! You really must think highly of yourselves if you thought you had.
I wish there was just a way we could communicate these things with them a bit more effectively or get a response quicker. I know there was a joke before about posting this to the forums, but in my experience, posting stuff to the board is just putting it somewhere where it's never going to get looked at.
Shoot to kill, you idiots! You really must think highly of yourselves if you thought you had me.
There we go. So Admiral Quinn, it's actually quite effective against because he while he does go away, he is still alive.
Shoot to kill, you idiots! Computer,
Yeah.
initiate transport.
Oh, for sure. There's definitely been bug reports.
Data acquisition at 50%. Watch out for trouble.
You won't get rid of me that easy. Not today, cretins.
I love the sound of that little Romulan pistol. I saw Adam Savage was doing a video a couple days ago where he was actually looking at the prop of that little Romulan covert pistol.
Shoot to kill, you idiots. Not today, cretins.
Yeah, that legendary Romulan pack is really good, David. So I hope you enjoy it. That pack, compared to many of the other offerings, is really solid. I would pick that every day over like one of the captain bundles. Because you're getting so much with that pack compared to one of the legendary captain bundles.
Rise. Transporter room. Emergency transport.
Thought we were almost done here. It's been so long since I've run this. Forgot this phase takes a while. Like 5-10 minutes at most. Like, and I don't have the tools that they would have internally. Like, I don't have, you know, a static target that I can just go and test things against.
You won't get rid of me that easily.
We have to fight him again in here. Yeah.
Damn it! When the Tigress! Get me out of here!
That wouldn't surprise me. I mean, it wouldn't be the first time that they've shown that they don't really test things thoroughly. Remember, it was just a couple months ago where they basically said that they weren't using like a parser to test stuff, which is just brutal. I'm not even probably going to be able to use this in time here.
This is Quinn. Feed in the troops. Bring the anti-personnel missiles online. Flush them out like the vermin they are.
Keep up the pressure. Put a few dents in it.
There. Oh, they did go in on that, and they're doing a lot of damage to it. So, I guess the pro of them versus ball lightning is
Doing this.
you can put them on the target. So in a situation like this where I can't actually get close enough to the target, I can just go over and, you know, put them on that.
Fighting.
It actually worked really well there.
I have never faced defeat. This is only a temporary setback.
Good job. That was a really nice fast run there.
I'm envious. I've wanted to pop that pompous gas bag for years now.
Yeah, David, most of the SRO bridge officers that you get are going to have the subterfuge trait on them, so let's see what I want to see what the damage was from that kit module. Let's take a look here. So the V'ger probes actually did quite a bit of damage. They did not have as high of a max 1 as the or no, they did actually beat ball lightning. So if they fix the V'ger probes, then they most certainly could end up being really, really good. It's just that their current implementation, whether or not it's bugged or just poorly designed, is just killing them for actual performance. Yeah, absolutely. If they fix this, then that combo would absolutely be meta. And the thing is, what sucks is the silence on it so far, but hopefully, I know Kale's been tagged on Twitter about this now several times, so hopefully we can get some sort of response from them sooner rather than later. Because I imagine there's some people that are wondering whether or not they should even buy out the event. Or bother to complete it. So, let me see. Am I off cooldown? I'd like to do a Nukara Transdimensional Tactics Elite. This will also get us our Universal done, and I just want to try hitting this thing on that in there. So if you guys want to, if anyone wants to join, it's Nukara Prime Transdimensional Tactics Elite. It is one of the Nukara ground TFOs. Just join the public queue for that. And this will also get us our Universal Endeavor done, so that'll be quite nice. Yeah, there's probably ways to jump up there near the boss. Outside of doing Operation Wolf, doing a few specific events, I really just never really bothered with it. There be the pop. I think one of the things that Cryptic isn't fully realizing is that when they put these queues in there as events where we have to play through them over and over and over again, people get burned out on them. I haven't even used Wait for everyone to get out before we hit the console. Okay, everyone is out. Yeah, definitely. There's lots of older content that you just can't experience anymore. This is where not having Agony Field on really sucks. Yeah, there was lots of fun missions back in the day. And while the quality of them may not be as, up to the modern standards for them, like I just entirely removing content just sucks. Alan, how's it going? Oh, we got that one portal down there. Boss is back. I mean, yeah, you see these things moving around and sticking around, so definitely just a little bit of tuning and there'll be probably a meta kit module, to be honest. Them and Ball Lightning will definitely be quite good. Also, I know the dual sniper rifles are not the highest damage weapons in the game, but damn, are they fun to use. How you doing there, Alan? And that's the universal done also, so thank you to everyone that queued up for that. Garth, how's it going? Gonna swap back to the space side of things. We have 40 people here. Anyone want to do a Crystalline? Crystalline Catastrophe Advanced. Just join the public queue for it. It's not part of the random system, so it does not pop that often. Yep. G-Ups, how's it going? Just advanced. Jose, how's it going? Yeah, basically it's pretty much what everyone's seen with it. It just isn't lasting long enough. Like as soon as the primary target dies, it just disappears. So either that is let's just assume it's a bug. But it is also a possibility that they just did not design it, or when they designed it, they didn't realize its limitations. Yeah, I thought about picking up the Seneca, to be honest, because, like, it's not the best ship, but at the same time, like, compared to some of the other C-store carriers, it's really not that bad. Ah, damn it. If you go back 5-10 minutes, like, it did quite well against Quinn's shuttle at the end of Operation Wolf, to be honest. Like, it did pretty well there. Because you can click it right onto him, so it spawned right on the shuttle. Yeah, I wouldn't bother slotting it until they go through and update it for sure. It did beat Ball Lightning out in that run. Let me pop it back up. It did 3 times what Ball Lightning did. In the Operation Wolf. So it definitely has potential, but I barely used it, yeah. Well, I did use it on the second phase, where this phase, the one where you're down in the room where Quinn's office usually is. Nerf in 2 weeks, yeah, they'll fix it and then nerf it. Would not surprise me at all. Yeah, they'll wait 2 years. Too soon. Gotcha. He's terrible. Gambling is bad. Gambling is very, very bad. Minor elite. I don't feel like that right this second. That is a fun queue, but um, I've still got 24K Zen ready to go for any good sales that they put up around Christmas. I'm hopeful for a really nice mud sale, though, of course, realistically, I don't think that's going to happen. I would love a 75% mud sale, absolutely, but the possibility of that actually happening is so slim. Sam, how's it going? Axel? Yeah. I very much foresee that this send that I have here is going to be the 13th bundle and the legendary bundle with either the Akira or the Mogai. However, if they do a really bad job on the Akira, then it's going to really depend. We're going to have to wait and see there, but when it comes to like a command strike wing escort, we just got the Norway. And I really, really do see them possibly doing like a pilot Akira. As painful as that sounds, that's what I really foresee them doing. Let's see here. Something I've been trying out. 3-4 and 1 aft. 250 arc beams, 1 torp aft. Yeah, it's those types of builds, like you'll see some people meme about them, the torp 4 and aft being bad, but if it's at the end of the day, with Stowe especially, if your build is getting you through the content that you want to play and it's doing it well enough, then then go with it. Like there's always going to be a best way to build a ship, and in most cases it's you slap 5 cannons on it, you put cannon scatter volley on, and that's the best DPS build that ship can do. But for a lot of people, well, for most people, that's boring. Even for me, like I've got ships that I would love to build out, and the obvious ideal min max I or build for them would be cannon scatter volley, but there's just some ships we're doing that on just doesn't feel good. Command would be preferable for the Akira. Yeah, indeed. Yeah, and there's some weird builds that definitely can be a bit fun. Um, I've been focusing quite a bit on like meta deeps builds for a while, but I go back, I look at stuff on my channel, and I've got like early what was it, early 2021, I did the Akira build, which most certainly was not, not meta. I've done a lot of videos recently. I've done some weird builds before. It's just been a while, and I don't always post them to YouTube. Is that video? And I've done a lot of videos this year. Nick, how's it going, man? Where is it? Like, I did a fall run on the Delkina last year. I posted that build to Discord. That was an interesting build. I did an Akira build way back. Did I already go over it? Did a Galaxy build. Where's this Akira? Yeah, here we go. 500k cannon themed Akira. That was certainly a very weird build. Look at all those unlisted and private. Yeah, I know. I've got a lot of unlisted and private videos there. The Akira build that I did was quite different. Like, it was really, really random. Hit that. It was an immersion build, exactly. Like, it had a beam fore and aft. It had a bunch of photons on, some photon mines, a photon experimental weapon. Like, it was a full immersion build. But if current me saw somebody random post this build, I'd be like, what the hell is that? But that was a different time for me. I need to get back to doing some fun little weird builds like that. Not quite Triz level though. Triz has some interesting ideas when it comes to stuff. Let's see, one of the top builds I have on my channel, or top videos, is this Defiant build, which was just, I look at this thing and I'm like, what the hell did I do here? There's a picture of it. So I had 2 cannons, a dual beam bank, and a torp for a turret, omni, and a mine aft. Like, that is just that is terrible. That character was also named terribly for that. The Merrick Worker light cruiser from the 10th, 4-4 beam overload sucks, and fall is just meh. Yeah, to be honest, with those 4-4, those 4-4 cruisers where your only good options are beam overload or fire at will, they just suck. That is the unfortunate reality with them. The only redeeming factor for some of them is that they can do like cannons, which can work, but yeah. Where is the Spencer? I don't have the webcam on right now, Nick, because Just didn't feel like turning it on, and it's that means I have to have lights on. It's really dark in here right now, Nick. It is underwhelming, yes. Absolutely. And yeah, there's not that many unlisted videos in private. Most stuff is public. These unlisted ones I had linked on a build that I put up on the builds Discord. Yeah. Okay. So I do want to remind everyone again, 20 hours. You have 20 hours to go in and enter for all these giveaways over on the builds Discord, which I'll link again in chat here. That is discord.gg STO builds. Join that Discord, go to the giveaways channel for the PC giveaways. And if you're an Xbox player, there's an Xbox giveaways channel that has loads of stuff on it. And not many people have entered on the Xbox giveaways. Yeah. The PC giveaways, like what's really been crazy to me, and I don't know if John's here right now, but the T6 coupon has had the most interest, even over the promo and lockbox ships here. Mike, you go through and if you're on Xbox, you click on any of these that you are interested in, and you can, if you want to enter all of them, you can enter all of them. Yeah, the NX is still a very viable ship. I would say that basically any tier 6 ship can be made into a viable build. It's just that in some cases it's gonna be painful compared to the other options out there. Actually, let's see here. Something sold. I picked up a bunch of Tholian Warfare Specialists the other day. Spent like 19 million and have just been slowly selling those off. Not much of a profit, but a couple mil, right? Yeah, and these are the first sets of giveaways on the Builds Discord with over 1,000 people entering to win them. So it's pretty impressive numbers, and I didn't know what to expect, but you know that's the most engagement with giveaways that we have ever had. I've done multiple pings to let everyone on the server know. I've mentioned it throughout videos and streams this month, and yeah, the Discord count has definitely went up. So what'll happen is basically, you know, you go through and you enter for any of these things that you're interested in. So if I wanted to go in and enter for the T6 ship, I would hit this button right below the T6 ship. If I want to enter for the Lobby ship, I would hit the button right below that, and so on down. Each of these posted with a button under them is a different giveaway. The winner will be announced by the bot in the Discord channel. So if you look at my Discord, the giveaway bot will say who the winner is, and then I'll probably create a thread and say, can you please put your handle in this thread? And yeah, I'm giving people 48 hours to claim their prize if they do win. So you need to look at Discord, you know, after the drawings happen tomorrow to see whether or not you won. And if people don't get back to me within 48 hours, I will redraw for a different winner for that specific prize. So far, I don't think it's been like that for the builds Discord. Let me. I think we usually had people like we've had fairly good retainment. Where do I see this again? Server insights. Yeah, so this number doesn't update right away, but we have definitely had quite a few people join, and there's not too many leaves. Like, there's a couple here or there, but overall we are certainly net positive. If I look here on November 1st of this year, we were at 2,020 members. Right now, the Builds Discord has, you see here, 2,772 members. So I don't think this number here is exactly right. I don't think we've gained 700 people this month. I thought we were at like 2,200. I don't know. But we've had a lot of people join, and definitely been some really good growth for the Discord. But yeah, there's some people that leave, and if they leave the Discord, that's an automatic disqualification for the if they're drawn. You have to be a member of the Discord in order to be able to respond if you do win. So anyone that leaves the server, especially while the drawing's going on, if they enter and then immediately leave, they're not going to get it. And yeah, let's see here. They've got a lot of nice info here. We tried to apply for the partner program a few times, but did not go through, unfortunately. Cryptic will die before they ever release player count. That is before they like give us the actual numbers. Yeah, most likely. But they have done like infographics in the past. Let me find some of these. So I've been watching a lot of the infographic show on YouTube, so I type in infographics and it just tries to take me to their channel. But they have done infographics in the past, like back in 2015, there was one for the 5-year anniversary. Showed us that over half the players at the time were on a tactical character, which is good. But for some reason, there's more engineers than there was science players, which is just terrible. For the 10-year anniversary, they didn't give us as much information. Each time they did one of these infographics, they lowered the amount of information that they were giving us. Oh, revenue? Oh, okay. Yeah, they're not giving us the revenue numbers anytime soon. Like this, there's like barely any info here. And of the info that they did, it was just some random crap, like how many tribbles have been read on each platform. Terrible. Whereas some of these earlier ones gave quite a bit of information that I thought was pretty neat. Yeah, well, they said 2.5 million accounts and growing, and here they did. If I just Google or like look in here, info. You know, it's that in the 9th anniversary, they did a nice infographic here. And the numbers for the tactical players skewed in the right direction. Still too many engineers, though. No. Cryptic is not a publicly traded company. The only time we've ever seen Cryptic's like income on the game was when they were bought out, and that was included. Like it basically just said over the course of the first 12 years of the game or whatever, they basically made like 20 million a year on average. Yeah, yeah. It just so this is listing. This isn't very specific in what it's telling us. Is this 7.3 million individual people that have tried the game at some point, or is this characters created? You know, they didn't really give us a ton of information. I would love for them to do these types of infographics again, but I don't know. It sometimes just doesn't feel like they are putting in the same amount of um effort as they did years ago. I mean, you look at the stuff with the Black Friday sales. They never fixed that on the launcher. So the entire time anyone on PC started up their launcher and hit the thing about Black Friday in the launcher, it took you to the wrong damn thing. The email they sent out didn't include most of the sales that were going on for Black Friday. Just felt like there was very little effort put in on their part. I think Reed still plays. Engineers have their place. Like, I understand why people like engineers, and engineers are really good on ground. Like, if you want to do really good on ground, you know, an engineer is going to be a good way to go in most cases. If you run mines and learn how to properly place them in each map. But when it comes to space, in space they are the only time I would ever want an engineer in a run with me in space is if I am doing a Thaleron run where I want the EPS power transfer from them, or I'm doing an energy weapon build where I want a teammate that is an engineer to hit EPS on me. Outside of that, I don't want an engineer in basically any of my runs. Yeah. Well, Reed did quite a bit in PvP, but I think he tailored his entire like build and playstyle to just 1v1s, right? I don't remember how much like team stuff he did. It's been a long time since I did any PvP stuff. Yeah. Most people are focused on the space side of things, absolutely. I think engineer tanks are if you're a casual player, let me state this correctly. If you are a casual player, an engineer tank works perfectly fine. And for the majority of people, an engineer tank is going to be awesome. But when you start to look at like higher end stuff where you are getting involved with a team, engineers as a class just don't have utility. All of the survivability and tanking that an engineer has on a tank, attack can do that. A science can do it via consoles, traits, you know, things we've had, you know, that we've gone over the years. If you ask me if I'm doing like an elite run, do I want a person in a do I want a science captain tanking or an engineer captain or attack? I'm gonna go for the science player because science has a lot of team-based utility. But most people don't play the game like that, so engineers work perfectly fine. But when you start to get into that higher environment where your utility matters, that's where they start to fall behind. And some people may disagree. You know, I play the game very differently from how a lot of other people do with the team content that I do. But when I'm looking at, what can bring in the most debuff, the most control, things like that, science is a better support class than engineer. And that includes for tanking. Science has sensor scan to debuff, subnucleonic, the subnuke beam to go through and clear debuffs off a boss like the Queen in Hive, or Scattering Field, which is a damage buff. Spencer, what is the one console you use with every build, the one that you just can't live without on a ship? I would imagine the console you're referring to is the DPRM. I don't even run that on all my builds anymore, but that for a tank, I would certainly run that. Let me. That's why, like, for me, even my existing tank character is on attack, and I'm slowly shifting that over to a science, because I know that my science, after doing the stuff that I've been doing, I know that my science is going to have a larger team supporting impact than my attack character for a tank. Yeah, immolating phaser lance I like on builds. DPRM, definitely like DPRM, especially on a phaser disruptor or plasma build. If you're running the two piece, that's another huge benefit there. Yeah, Michael, I did some testing at the start, and yeah, the only way they last that time is if the target doesn't die. So that definitely needs to be changed. Yeah, DPRM would be that console for most people, Mike. Sam, yes, the feast event is going to be the one that counts for your event campaign. But you guys are not getting this on console, I think they said, until January. So if you were hoping to get this soon, you're not getting it right away on console. Yeah. Reporting bugs, like reporting stuff on the forums is, in my opinion, just a waste of time. And I know they'll say, you like Joshua said there, just report it to the forums. The forums are the STO forums are a place where you go to just bury a topic. Like, I don't think the forums are worth engaging with. I don't engage with them anymore. I think they're just a mess, and I think ever since they moved to this current forum and wiped the old one that had a bunch of data from way back, I pretty much stopped using the forums after that. Yeah. I don't want to get into that one too much, but there's some of the mods there that I don't have very positive thoughts about, and just leave it at that. Yeah, it's just not worth it. Would, to me, it's clearly like it's better if there's a bug report to post it on Reddit, put it on Twitter and tag Kale, or just like try and DM crying and might get a response there. Yeah. Stay away indeed. Indeed. How much progress are you at right now, Sam? So console will definitely get one more for the yearly. Like, you guys are going to get the feast event, but you're not getting it until after the winter event, I believe they said. Yeah. I did see that one time, Michael, and it ended up being that I went too far away from the target because it's got a 25 meter range. Kit module, or sorry, thing here. Yeah. I mean, technically, Sam, you could go through and get that progress. Um, no, it'd be better for you to just buy it out. Yeah, you'll have to buy out one event just to guarantee it. But you're gonna get at least another. You're gonna get the feast event likely after the winter event, so that'll be another bit of progress there. And either way, like the buyout, if I'm wrong, the buyout lasts until like February, right? So even if I'm wrong, you still have plenty of time to buy it out. You don't have to rush. But you should be getting the feast event for sure in like January. Can't change ships here. Terrible. Um. So I think on PC it's like the February. Let me check here. Let me pop open another account. Um, it depends on what reward you're trying to get there, David. Like, are you trying to get a promo or lockbox ship? Are you trying to get Lobby? Are you trying to get um the two T6 coupons? It really depends on what you're going for. Because 3 events, that's $60. If you're going for Lobby, that's certainly worth it. If you're going for a lockbox ship or a promo lockbox or promo ship, it depends on the ship, but there's definitely a possibility that it'd be worth it. It really depends on your choice. But if you're going for like the two T6 coupons, then in that case, that's not worth it. Because those T6 coupons, you wait for another ship sale, you can just buy 2 ships cheaper. Okay, so event buyout. 82 days. Yeah, that's what it looks like, Mark. So today, and let's add 82 days. Yes, like February 19th, February 20th would be when the buyout goes away, so you have plenty of time to go through and buy out the event campaign. Oh, it said it right there. Jeez. I feel like an idiot. It said it right on the damn event buyout there. Was thinking of the Lobby. The Lobby is the most valuable, so definitely that would very much be worth the $60. Because typically, you're getting on average like 5.3, 5.4 Lobby per lockbox. So if we just go for 5.3 times 60 keys, that only normally get you 318 Lobby. So that 1500 Lobby, definitely a good pick. Steven, how's it going? Here. Will they ever do a 50% Lobby sale? I'm curious to see if they do one next anniversary event, to be honest. So it seems to be that they do them every other year, is what it's the pattern has been now. When I last looked, I could very much be wrong there, but it looked like every other year basically. Because the last one they did was 2020, and then before that, I do not remember. I'm gonna look it up. Okay, so I just looked on Reddit. There was one back in 2021. And then there's another back in 2019. So it is very possible that we could get one. Um, we could definitely see another next year at anniversary event. Did I already spend that Black Friday Zen? No. So this is an alt account that I pulled up just to see the event buyout options. This is not my main account. This is just an alt just to go through and show some of the event campaign stuff. I've still got. So the only thing I picked up with the Black Friday sales was the Mirror Universe bundle for the Legendary Galaxy Dreadnought. That was one of the ships that Chili had asked me to take a look at, and there's been a few others asking about that ship. So, I'm debating on if I want to do Beam Overload or Surgical Strikes with it. So yeah, I picked up the the Mirror Universe bundle, and then I picked up 200 DOF slots for my major Kira character. Yeah, Cheops, I know. I don't like Beam Overload, but the simple reality is that a lot of people do enjoy it. So showing like what a good build with that playstyle would look like for that ship is definitely beneficial. Yeah, so Beam Overload would work better with the trait. However, Surgical Strike should beat it out if you build 4 Surgical Strikes. Osiris, yeah, that's exactly it. As soon as the target dies, they disappear. But if you use them on targets that stay alive a long time, like they can do pretty well. In fact, we did a we did a Operation Wolf, and they actually outperformed the ball lightning. But they very much need to be they need to be fixed so that they don't despawn all the time. And in the Nukara, let me see what they did in Nukara. So ball lightning did actually do more in Nukara, and I think this is something else I should have mentioned too. The ball lightning has shield pen. The V'ger probes don't. So V'ger probes are going to be useful more against unshielded targets, whereas ball lightning should probably be better against any targets that have shield. Mike, that is off the Atlas. If you're, wait, what faction are you on? Are you a Fed character, like pure Fed? Are you a Romulan, Klingon? What are you? Because that comes from the Atlas prototype Dreadnought cruiser, which is a lockbox ship. It is also available through some old cross faction packs, but those don't really have much supply anymore. So realistically, you're going to be looking at the Atlas in most cases. And yeah, just a reminder here too, the Build Discord giveaways are still running. I'll include a link to those here. So HTTPS. If you want to get in on the giveaways, then you just have to go to the giveaways channel in there. There's PC giveaways, and then there's Xbox giveaways. So there's no PlayStation stuff. Sorry, PlayStation folks, but just go through and enter on any of these that you are interested in. Good Phoenix prize pack. Zenkethi for you with your shield focus. I would say for the Phoenix token, the Lucari Hokun for the Protomatter Field Projector console. I think you would enjoy that for your shield stuff. I think, right? That does something for shields, right? I got it. I'm doubting myself. Give me a second. Yeah, it's got shield regen on it. So for the Phoenix prize pack, definitely Zenkethi. Take a look at the Protomatter Field Projector. Black box wise, I don't know. I don't know what you have. You're really big into the shield stuff, so maybe take a look at whatever ship has the highest shield capacity if you don't already have it. Let's see here. What is the highest shield capacity, actually? You may already have it. Leto Birth? Oh, that's rough. That's a rough one. Let's go for ones that source here, lockbox. Rob, how's it going, man? Well, Zenkethi, the Protomatter Field Projector, I still feels like a really good console because the whole heal on it's also really good, and it is also the Protomatter Field Projector. If you ever have a Phoenix token you want to burn, the Protomatter Field Projector is the best NPC heal console or ability that exists in this game. The reason for it is that a lot of NPCs have like tens of millions of hit points, and the whole regen is based on their whole capacity. So you hit this on something like the Starbase and Defense of Starbase 1, and it just heals that thing. It shoots right back up. Same for Kobayashi Maru. Like, it's just a really good healing console. Unconventional systems, yeah, that's a lockbox trait, so you can get that for, if you're on PC, like 20-30 million. It's in the Infinity Space trait box. But lockbox wise, I don't know. You already got the United Earth Defense Force vessel. Like, I would say the Borg Jug, but at the same time, the Borg Juggernaut is so cheap on the exchange, you wouldn't want to waste a T6 box on it. I don't know. You want something different and fun? Maybe the Vomp? Like, the Vomp is a fun little unique ship. It's not the best, but it's interesting. Flying Tooth, yeah. The Vomp, like, just flying around in that thing, it's such a big ship. It's very interesting. Oh no, the Vomp. It's the Herald Vomp Dreadnought carrier. The Voth, the Voth Rampart's also really nice. Like, I've got Domino, I've got Cold Hearted, but to be honest, I find I use PFP the most out of most of the Phoenix stuff. It's not that, like, Cold Hearted is bad or Domino is bad, it's just sometimes having that heal is just really nice. And what's really nice about the Protomatter Field Projector also is it's part of the set with the Vesta consoles, and all of those consoles were made so that you can put them on any ship. So if you wanted to mess around with the Vesta stuff more, like the Vesta set, like you can go through and do that, and you can even reduce the cooldown on this console quite a bit with that 3-piece. It's definitely not the most optimal to go with that 3-piece, but if you wanted something new to mess with, that'd be interesting. But yeah, Infinity Ship wise, there's loads and loads of options. Yeah, it's interesting, and you can boost up the shield regen and hull regen with your restoration stats. You always wanted a Voth ship. Yeah, the Voth Rampart's a fun ship. There's some of the Muds bundles where if they did a 75% sale, I'd pick them up. You know, and the In Command bundle, which had the Voth Rampart in it, would be one that I'd be considering quite a bit. I always thought this was a good looking ship. Moves quite slowly though. And it looks quite blurry because I've got the render scale set down. Yeah. Was using this ship as a torp boat for a while. Still even has the agony on it. I don't know. Got lots of ships on this character. Some of them I regret. The Section 31 was interesting, but felt like I wasted my event campaign on it last year. The Kirk Temporal Heavy Battle Cruiser. That was such an underwhelming ship. Definitely a few ships that were regrets later on. Well, look, it is 9:30 here. I didn't intend to stream for too long. I just wanted to test that kit module out, and well, as very quickly saw, it is not really working as intended. So hopefully they can resolve it soon. But yeah, as soon as you hit it on a target, and that target dies, it just goes away. The Voth Rampart or the Legendary Audi. I would probably lean towards the Audi for the set. The Legendary Audi, you know, the consoles on that thing are pretty nice. The Voth Rampart leans more in towards, like, if you wanted to do a really heavy tank that's also, you know, a carrier platform. But the Legendary Odyssey, I think, just has a bit more capability with the consoles it has. How do I feel about the T6 Starfleet Dreadnought, the Galaxy X, the China cell? Um, yes, chips. I already got him. Me, beard is gone. Grabbed them. Yeah. Got the box in yesterday, so. Beard is gone. I know some people are going to be sad about that. But yeah, the T6 Starfleet Dreadnought. You know, if you want that ship, if you want the Galaxy China cell, I would say to just look at the Mirror Universe bundle. The Mirror Universe bundle during a sale is going to cost you 3,900 Zen, and the legendary Dreadnought cruiser from that is pretty damn good. Like, it is a very solid ship. If I were to snag that proto console and another console from the multi-mission set, what would be the best option out of the remaining three? It's a good question there. Douglas, thank you for the sub. So let me pull that back up. Proto matter field projector. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go look at these consoles again. Nice, Dwayne. Yeah, I used to use that ship quite a bit. We used to go into PvP, me and a couple buddies way back in the day, and we would just try to get kills with the phaser lance on the Galax. Like, there'd be 5 of us in there, really tanky setups, and we would just try to get people with that. It was really fun, and in a pug environment, we were slamming quite a bit. This character has the Vesta. Yeah, hopefully, Dustin. So of the remaining consoles here, are the passives on this thing literally +3? That's rough. Okay. I imagine if I go up to space, let me take this thing up to space. The T5 Galax, I don't remember how that is, but if you have access to the legendary one, the legendary one should be capable as a tank platform. It's not going to be the best, but it should do well. Okay. These numbers change. 19. Okay, let's skip that one. Yeah, I'm gonna have to probably say the isometric dispersal array that has the most useful passives. Gotcha, Dwayne. Yeah, so if you're looking for that 2-piece with the protomatter field projector, probably isometric dispersal array. And if you have the full like 4-piece on, the numbers for me sitting here with the protomatter field projector are 360 shield and hull regen. So if you stack that alongside the DPRM, you know, the DPRM is 500 hull regen for yourself. You hit the protomatter field projector, that's another 300-400 depending on how far you boost it. So, you know, that you could be at 800-900% hull regen. And at that point, you're basically like passively healing your entire HP back of your ship in like 6 or 7 seconds. So, you know, for a tank also, running these 2 consoles can be very, very beneficial. Hopefully you got that there, Zenkethi. It's nice there, Dwayne. Hey, can I go to render scale 1, or is the game gonna lag out? There we go. Galaxy X is a good looking ship. I look forward to been messing around with the legendary one here at some point in December. Was lagging bad earlier. Yeah, for some reason. Like I really don't understand it. Like I have my stream set to do CPU encoding. So like it should be doing CPU encoding. It's using a little bit of my processor there. I don't understand why it has issues sometimes. I don't understand why it's like dropping frames. The hardware that I have here is solid. The GPU is not really, well, it's not being fully utilized while I'm not in here, but like even with me at render scale 1, it's at 70%. There's still plenty of room for OBS to use the GPU if that was the issue. CPU is barely being touched. I don't know. I don't know why the stream lags sometimes. But look, I'm gonna wrap things up here. I didn't mean to go for too long tonight because pretty late stream and I just wanted to test out that the kit module. So summary of it again, the V'ger probes kit module, as soon as the target you hit it on dies, it just disappears. What engines give that fire effect? Dwayne, are you using the Omega, like one of the Omega engines? Can you drop your engines in chat? Avenge you on O game? Remember how you doing? Can't really do much there in O game right now. Especially if you're not on my my universe. Soul defense? Oof. I'm sorry to hear. Check here. Yeah, what's your injured visual, Wayne? What do you have on right now? I'll have to look into that, Patrick, because it's definitely like it's weird. Like I'll just have random drops of like frames every now and then. Hasn't been too terribly bad this stream, but like if I'm doing a TFO, I have to lower the render scale down to like 0.7, 0.5 to 0.7. You got white. Take. Okay, I'm gonna end the stream then, so I'll go respond to these messages on Discord. But thank you everyone for stopping by, and hopefully this helped you figure out, you know, whether or not to pick up the V'ger probes. But you know, it will probably be fixed at some point in the near future. So thank you all for stopping by. That's going to be it for me today. More videos coming soon. I might get one out tomorrow also, so stay tuned for that. But until next time, see you guys around.